The Soviet Army tank divisions in June 1941 were in very different shapes, hence the following video will be about the intended setup as it was authorized and not as it was. Note that the structure of the Soviet Army divisions was changed several times during 1941. Soviet Army tank division in June 1941 had an intended strength of 11,000 men. From those, 7,300 were enlisted men, 2,400 were NCOs, 700 officers, 100 administrators, 200 technicians, 100 medics and doctors, and since war isn't bad enough, around 200 political officers. In terms of tanks and armored vehicles, it had an intended setup of 210 T-34s, 62 KV-1s, 24 BT-7s, 20 T-26, 54 flamethrower tanks, 89 armored cars, and exactly 1 KV-2. Let's take a look at the organizational structure of the combat units. The main units of the division were 2 tank regiments, 1 motorized infantry regiment, 1 motorized artillery regiment, and a support 1 armored recon battalion, and a motorized anti-aircraft battalion. Each tank regiment consists of 1 heavy tank battalion, 2 medium tank battalions, and 1 light tank battalion. So let's take a closer look at them. The heavy tank battalion had a battalion HQ with 1 KV-1 and 3 armored cars. For the fighting force it had 3 companies, each with a company headquarters with 1 tank and 3 platoons with 3 tanks each. The medium tank battalion had a battalion HQ with 1 T-34 and 3 armored cars. For the fighting force it had 3 companies, each with a company headquarters with 1 T-34 and 3 battalions with 4 tanks each. The light tank or flame tank battalion had a battalion HQ with 1 T-26 and, surprise, 3 armored cars. There's differing information about the company setup, hence take the setup with a grain of salt. Each company had 3 26 and 9 flamethrower tanks based on the T-26. You're probably gonna ask, but where are the BT-7 tanks? Well, they were assigned to the armored recon battalion and the armored signal battalion. Yet, still one final piece is missing. To which unit was the KV-2 attached? Let's take a look at the division layout again. You might want to pause the video now and take your pick. Ready? The KV-2 was assigned to the motorized artillery regiment. But why exactly, I don't know yet. What is even more puzzling is the number of just 1 tank. After all, this is an intended setup with a huge amount of tanks. Just take a look at the number of armored vehicles in just one of the 2 tank regiments. So 1 tank makes no sense in terms of limited availability. A number of at least 3 tanks seems to be more reasonable. Maybe a 0 was lost, so it would be 10 tanks, which would be enough to create a company similar to the setup of the heavy tank company. If you know why there was only 1 KV-2 in the motorized artillery regiment, please let me know in the comments or the War College subreddit. The link is posted in the description. Thank you for watching, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and see you next time.